Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming by today. We're doing a triple decker today from the Magnolia Cookbook, volume number 3. We're gonna be making potato chips, and to accompany that, we're making homemade ranch dip and BLT dip. So I'm excited to get started. We're doing all of them today together. We're gonna start off with the homemade ranch dip because that takes about 2 hours to chill in the fridge. So let's get started. All right, so it's time to combine all of our ingredients that we have right here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop out our mayonnaise, get this into a medium bowl. Okay, our sour cream. This bowl looks really big for this. It says medium bowl. All right, and now I'm gonna chop up some dill, parsley, and some chives. So let's get that off and going. Dill. You don't need all of this. Let's chop away. I've never made ranch dip before. I've made a lot of her dressings that I eat actually every day, her soup dressings, her salad dressings, but I've never made her dip, so I'm excited to try these dips out. Maybe I won't need to buy Hidden Valley Ranch anymore. Just kidding. But there is something nice about homemade dip and dressings. And with this ranch dip, you can actually make this into buttermilk dressing, but we're making the dip today. All right, so we have our cut up dill, cut up some of these chives. Okay, that was satisfying. All right, some chives and some parsley. Honestly, smells like ranch already. Probably because of the dill, or I don't know actually, but it does smell like ranch. I need about a tablespoon of parsley. Should be enough. This one just doesn't want to cut. There we go. Okay. All right, so we got our parsley. I'm gonna bring this back up here. Maybe, oh no, we got a little, there we go. Can't leave the sour cream behind. Okay. Okay, so what's next? We have our garlic powder. Oh, it's the onion powder. Not that it matters, but here's our garlic powder. Our onion powder, fresh lemon juice. Let's get this in here, and we need 2 teaspoons, which I'm just gonna use half of this. Okay. A teaspoon of cracked paper here. A half a teaspoon kosher salt, some Worcestershire sauce, and some cayenne pepper. So I'm not gonna do, this is a tablespoon, and I don't know what I was thinking because my husband doesn't like that to be too spicy, so I'm just gonna use a teaspoon. Hopefully there's no complaining later, okay? So let's stir this around. Make sure I got everything in here. Smells very good. All right, so we have our mayonnaise, sour cream, dill, parsley, chives, garlic and onion powder, lemon juice, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, cayenne pepper, and salt. So we are ready to go. So this is gonna go in the fridge for about 2 hours now. And then we'll get started on our BLT dip. Okay, so I just put our bacon on the stove here. We're gonna let this cook, and in the meantime, we're gonna combine all of our ingredients. That way we're ready to go when the bacon's ready. So, over here, we're going to add in our sour cream. Okay, we got our mayonnaise. Okay, put this off to the side. We're gonna chop up some tomatoes. I'm gonna add this. She says just chop them up, right? There's nothing special. No, just halved. Okay, I can do that. So halved tomatoes. These have already been washed, by the way. In case you were concerned, don't worry. One thing I am nervous to admit on here is I do not like bacon. Bacon, to me, does not taste so good. So we will have a special guest to try out the BLT dip today. But it won't be me. I'm all about trying the potatoes and the homemade ranch, but you lost me at the BLT dip. Should maybe try this with a substitute type of meat, or maybe turkey or something else, I don't know, but no bacon. I'm wondering with the chips if the halved cherry tomatoes are going to be too big. Oh, I don't know if I like that one. It has a little scar on it. But I guess we'll find out. All right. Now we're going to chop up some chives, which is just about, yeah, that's what I thought, just about a tablespoon. A lot of the same ingredients that we're using here is actually, as you saw, in the ranch, so this was an easy duo to try. Get a little bit more. So here's our dill, our chives, so close. And we'll do our dill now. Bacon's still doing well over there. Okay. And some parsley. Parsley all chopped up smells so good. So fresh. Alrighty, so let's get this in our little bowl. Now we have some room temperature cream cheese. So we'll throw that in here. And then we have half a teaspoon of kosher salt and black pepper. And here come my dogs running down the stairs. All right, so our last ingredient is the bacon, so let's go check that out. Still cooking away over here. Still a long ways to go. So I'll turn up the heat just a smidge. Meantime, I'll just stir this together. Might as well, right? I mean, it looks really good just like this. Looks very fresh and yummy. Who needs bacon, right? Why ruin a good thing with bacon? Okay, it does smell very good. Okay, so this is all stirred. Now, we'll wait for our bacon. Okay, so our bacon is done. Smells special. So I'm gonna put this on a paper towel lined plate. Let these cool down a little bit. Then we'll chop them up and throw them in to our bowl, already mixed up, and then throw them in the fridge for about an hour to get all the flavors blooming. All right, so our bacon is cooled off, so I'm going to chop this up and throw it in this dip. Okay, bacon is ready to go into this mix. Okay, let's stir it up. I did save a little bit of this without the bacon for me to try later. So we'll get a taste test of with and without bacon. Okay, all mixed. We're gonna cover this up, throw this in the fridge, and let's get started on the potato chips. Okay, so it's on to our potatoes. So first you'll see that I have a large bowl of water here. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. We're gonna let this sit in here, and then as I'm cutting up the potatoes, I'm gonna throw them in here, mix it together a little bit, and let it season and sit for about 30 minutes to get that all absorbed. So let's very carefully do this. Just about full. I'm gonna throw them in here. I've never made homemade potato chips, so this is a fun new thing to try. Okay, 1 potato down, 1 to go. I have a food processor that does slicing. Probably could have done that, but this is fine. Cut to 2 minutes later and I chop my finger off. Just kidding. Probably could have done that, but this is fine. Cut to 2 minutes later and I chop my finger off. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. It happened. Talk about foreshadowing. Didn't even feel it. Let me just wrap this up.
A few moments later.
All right, so I'm all good now. Let's finish up this potato. We'll end there. Throw this in here. Now I am just gonna grab a spoon, stir this all around. Okay, so now we're gonna let this sit for about 30 minutes and then we'll get to frying. Actually, we're gonna drain them, paper towel, they'll dry them, and then fry them. But let's wait 30 minutes. Okay, so while these are chilling in the water, I'm gonna combine some of our ingredients that I believe goes towards the end after these are fried. So we have some cayenne pepper, some sugar, a teaspoon of pepper. This is a half a teaspoon, so I'm gonna put there, okay. Onion powder, and garlic powder. I'm gonna stir this together. Okay, there it is. We're all ready to go. So we got about another 20 minutes left here, and then we'll hop over, get our vegetable oil ready and to fry, and then cook them up. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes since we've been having our potatoes in this cold water with some kosher salt. So I'm gonna drain this out and then throw this on a prepared pan that I have a towel on, clean towel, and then I'm gonna damp dry them and then head over to the stove where we've been heating up our oil. Woo! All right, let's do this. All right. Okay. Okay, let's dump them. Looking good. Throw them over here, get them nice. Maybe I should just use the towel without the pan, so that way I can spread it out. But I'm gonna spread them out as much as possible, and then I have some paper towels here to dry them out. Okay. I'll move them around again, flip them over. Okay, let's flip them. Now let's pat dry these. Okay. Okay. I feel like these are pretty well dried out. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring this over. We're going to have our hot pan. It is ready to go at the temperature that we want it at. So let's do this. All right. So it's time to throw our pat dried potatoes into the fryer. So I'm using my slotted spoon. It's at 365. So I'm going to carefully add these in, and we're going to let them cook for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm going to start off with a little bit at first. So we have our seasoning right here to the left. So as soon as I take these out, I'm going to immediately sprinkle them with that sauce or that salt mixture that we made earlier. Not salt mixture, actually, there's no salt in it. It's just sugar and pepper and paprika. They're looking like potato chips, so that's a good sign. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit because Now that I've added the potatoes, obviously the oil's, you know, getting a little cooler, so we want to stay in that 350 to 365 range, and we're just over 300 now, so I want to make sure that we stay as consistent as possible. I'm just like flipping them around just to make sure that they cook on both sides. I'll turn it up even more. But they are really looking like potato chips, which is pretty cool. Say another couple seconds. Some of these are definitely done, so I'm going to start pulling them out. Oops. Whoops. Okay, so before I put that next batch in, I'm going to sprinkle with our seasoning. Okay, now let's get some more in here. Now our temperature is getting there, so we're off to a better start now. Let's get these in. Okay, we are all set. Our potatoes are all done and have been chipped up. So I'm just gonna sprinkle the last of this on our newly done potato chips. Get it all on here, might as well, right? Okay, so it's time to taste our chips along with our dips, and I'm pumped to try them. I know the chips are good, so I'm excited to try it with the dips. Okay, we're back, and you're probably wondering who this handsome man is. Well, this is all mine. He's my husband, and he is gonna check out the bacon dip that we made, since as we know, I do not eat bacon.
Or meat.
Or meat, for the most part, except chicken. But let's try it out. I'm gonna do the buttermilk ranch, and he's gonna do the BLT
ranch.
dip.
Yep.
So let's do it.
I'm the official bacon taste tester.
Yes.
Bacon makes everything better.
No, it doesn't. Cheers. Mmm. Ranch dip is good. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad I only did half of a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper, because wow, that's got some kick to it. She calls for a tablespoon. I would be drinking milk and water immediately. It's got a nice kick, but very good, very ranchy. How's yours?
The bacon dip is very good. It's mild, very bacony, if that's a real word. And I love it. I would actually top it with more bacon. That's just my preference.
Okay.
But I love it, very good. And I'll try your spicy one, even though I don't like spicy.
I put a lot of dip on mine, so
It's got kick.
But it's ranchy.
Borderline too much for me.
Borderline.
It's definitely got a kick, but I like it a lot. I actually might like it as much as this one.
Really?
I'd probably throw some bacon bits in there and call it a
Okay,
day.
you went too far, but that's fine. But the ranch, it tastes ranchy, right?
100%.
Good.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Job well done.
Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
He'll be on more when I have some other meat dishes. But thanks so much for coming along with me as we made these 3 different dishes, a triple decker today. Appreciate you all. Catch you next time. Please like and subscribe. See ya. We have some sour cream and some sour, wow, so close. So close. Yes, baby. Max likes it like that.
Let me get up in here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good, man.
It's good.
Oh,
I put a lot on mine. Did you see that?